everybody, I'm Niina Hietalahti from design agency Kuudes. We have offices in Helsinki and also here in Stockholm. Today I'm going to tell you shortly about the study that we've been doing in China this spring. It's a study that we've been making with the Fudan University's MBA students in Shanghai, China. And what it's all about, it's about learning Chinese people's values, attitudes and motives towards imported food. And we feel that it's really important to understand the consumers, whether in Finland, Sweden, China, whatever country. And we see that there's a massive potential for Nordic food brands in China market. But without knowing the consumers, it's maybe a waste of money to go there and test. So what we do in Kuudes, we always use the consumer insight as a base for the work we do, whether it's innovating new products or service concepts, or just positioning a brand into a market. So how we did the study then? We decided to focus on 3 cities, as China is a big country. There is no one China. There are many provinces and people with different demographics and everything. So we focused in Shanghai, Beijing and Hong Kong, where we did some 15 home interviews in together and some 100 contextual interviews in the supermarkets, restaurants, cafes. And from that material we are now putting together a report that we will be launching in September. So you are all welcome to join the event. We haven't decided the venue yet, but it will be held both in Helsinki and here in Stockholm. So yeah, I will give you a few insights of the learnings that we have so far, but then there will be a greater and more informative report later in September. So, I would say that the 5 most interesting insights. First, there is China has a super rich food culture, and I've been to China before this project once, 20 years ago. And as I'm now working with food-related issues, so it really it was amazing for me to understand the variety of ingredients and how important food is for Chinese people. I started to think that there's it would be super interesting to see kind of a list of ingredients used in every country, because it seemed to me that in China the selection is like this, and here in the Nordics it's maybe like this, and from that much smaller amount of ingredients we then have special diets and everything, so we even minimize that into a really tiny range of products. So, and I was also talking to those students and asking their favorite dishes, and it was one of them said that, yeah, when I was a child turtle soup was my favorite, and then the other one said that I like those yellow hairy crabs. And then I was thinking that, well, pizza, meatballs and sushi, so it's quite a different what we have here in the Nordics. Secondly, the Chinese nurture the whole body and mind. The approach is more holistic. We might have idea that now we shouldn't have bread, it's bad for you, and then some other banning some specific ingredients. But in China it's more the holistic way, based also on the Chinese medicine, what is good for you, what is bad for you, and kind of the whole idea of eating. Then due to those food scandals that there has been in China, for example, this melamine case with milk powder some 10 years ago, and others also, Chinese don't really trust on Chinese food, on the food that is from China. So even though the government is heavily working on that and trying to have a better reputation and people would trust Chinese food more, but that is yet not the case. So that gives really a great opportunity for foreign brands. And as in Nordics, we trust in locally produced food and artisan food, but in China it's the opposite. It's the big brands that bring the credibility. Also, the trust when it comes to learning about new dishes and ingredients, it's about the peer recommendations that Chinese value more than the authorities. Like, for example, we in Nordics, we believe in food pyramid and are kind of like aware of what are the researches, the latest researches, but it's the peers and the WeChat groups that are more important in China. And then the last insight I wanted to bring here is like that the food is super important for Chinese people. It's like because of the busy life and the competition in their daily life. It's really like when you're having lunch or dinner, you really appreciate that, and it's a social event, and it's really highly valued in Chinese people's lives. And yes, I love food very much, so I also love China. So I'm really looking forward to getting there next time and enjoying all the lovely dishes there. But hope to see you then in September in the event we are organizing. So if you want to hear more, thank you.
Thank you very